have you ever just stopped and wondered what is really going on inside my head? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the human mind and really get into the why behind everything we think and do. I mean, seriously, why do you suddenly crave pizza at midnight? Or why do you feel completely wiped out after a party when your friend is just getting warmed up? These aren't just random little quirks, you know? They're actually clues to how your mind is wired. And here's the good news. There's a map for all of it. Psychology isn't just some boring academic subject you read about in a dusty textbook. Nope. It's the practical, hands-on guide for navigating the super complex, sometimes confusing territory of your own mind. So let's kick things off with the biggest question of all. What is the science behind what makes you, well, you? That science, my friends, is psychology. And it's not just about feelings or therapy, not at all. It's really the study of two huge things. Your mind, that's your entire inner world of thoughts and emotions, and your behavior, which is basically how all that internal stuff actually shows up in the real world. Okay, so now that we've got our definition locked in, let's actually take a tour of the mind itself. Ready? I want you to picture your mind like a giant iceberg. The little tip that you can see sticking out of the water, that's your conscious mind. It's what you're aware of, right here, right now. But that massive hidden part underneath the surface? Whoa, that's your subconscious. It's packed with hidden memories, deep-seated beliefs, and all these drives that are actually steering the ship, a lot of the time without you even realizing it. So how does this whole system work? Well, your thoughts are kind of like building blocks, and they're made from all your experiences and the information you take in. Your attention, that's like a spotlight, choosing what to focus on at any given moment. And your memory? That's the massive library where all this stuff gets stored, ready to be pulled out when you need it. And then, of course, there are emotions. They're like the colors of our mental world. And they aren't just random. They're actually data. Fear is a signal that there might be danger. Joy tells you that something is really, really good. And the skill of being able to understand and manage all these emotional signals, both in yourself and in other people, is called emotional intelligence, or EQ. And let me tell you, it is an absolute superpower. But here's the thing. Our minds don't exist in a little bubble. So how do we work when we're around other people? Let's step out into the social world and find out. Okay, first up, let's talk about energy. This isn't really about being shy or being outgoing. It's all about how you recharge your batteries. Do you need some quiet time by yourself to feel refreshed? That's introversion. Or do you get a real buzz from being in a crowd? That's extroversion. And of course, most of us are somewhere in the middle of that spectrum. Now, these energy differences are just one part of our personality. One of the most popular ways psychologists look at the whole picture is through what they call the Big Five traits. The very first one is openness, which is all about how much you crave new things, new ideas, and creative experiences. Next up, we have conscientiousness. You can think of this as your inner organizer. How disciplined are you? How much do you care about the details? If you absolutely love a good to-do list, chances are you're pretty high in this one. And here's one we just touched on, extroversion. In this particular model, it's about your level of sociability and just how much you get fired up by interacting with other people. After that comes agreeableness. This trait is all about how you approach other people. Are you generally cooperative and trusting, or maybe a little more competitive and skeptical? That's your level of agreeableness talking. And finally, we have neuroticism. Now, I know it sounds a little intense, but it's really just about emotional stability. Basically, how sensitive you are to things like stress and negative feelings like anxiety. Knowing where you land on these 5 scales can give you some amazing insights into why you totally rock certain situations and maybe struggle a bit in others. But hey, it's not all just about our individual personalities, right? We're also seriously shaped by the people around us. I mean, think about peer pressure, or that subtle, almost invisible pull to just go along with what everyone else is doing. That's a real thing. It's called conformity, and it's an incredibly powerful social force. So this is all fascinating, but how can we actually use any of it in our daily lives? Let's make it super practical. And to kick things off, we are going to bust a very, very popular myth. I am almost positive you've heard this one before. We humans only use about 10% of our brains. I mean, it makes for a great movie plot, but is it actually true? Yeah, no, not even a little bit. It is one of the biggest and most persistent myths in all of popular psychology. Here's the reality. Brain scans clearly show that we use pretty much our entire brain all the time. Yep, even when we're fast asleep. Just doing something simple like walking and talking at the same time lights up tons of different areas. That whole 10% idea, it's pure science fiction. So let's look at a practical tool you can start using today for something like managing stress. It's a really simple 3-step process. Number 1, understand what your triggers are. 2, develop some healthy coping skills, like going for a run or just talking things out. And 3, build the habits that protect your mental well-being. Things like sleep, good food, and connecting with people. So we've just taken a whirlwind tour of your inner world, from the depths of your subconscious all the way to your social life. But this is really just the beginning of the map. The real adventure starts right now. So the question is, what will you discover next about the most fascinating subject you will ever study? Yourself.